welcome to another episode of Josh and Kelly.
Today we are off to find some snow. As you have seen from the opening clip, we were supposed to get like maybe 2 inches last night. The only inches we got was inches of salt on the road. Like all that whiteness is not snow, it's not frost, it's not ice, that's just salt. They caked everything. So we thought, well, you know, if we're going to have our vehicle caked in salt, we might as well find snow to go with it. So we're going to go further north and see if we can find some snow. We're supposed to snow further north. So we're going to go up there and see what we can find. And we might even stay up there for the night. We might come back. We haven't quite decided yet, but we thought we need to get out and about and find some snow. So that's what we're up to. So we're out in Maryland, and as you can see, there's no salt on these roads. They haven't even bothered to salt. It was only Delaware that was panicking for the snow last night. But we're heading west and north to see what we can find, but so far nothing but thankfully roads that are in better shape, or at least with less salt. So hopefully we'll find some snow though very soon. Alright, we're getting to the northernmost points in Maryland, and you can see just out here to the right there's a light dusting, very light dusting. This is Fair Hill. There's just a very light dusting of snow here. The road, however, is not snow. That's all salt again, because everyone panics and they've got to salt everything to death. My personal opinion is they do that to cover themselves from liability, because most people are really bad drivers and they don't know how to drive on snow and ice. But anyway, there's that. So let's see if we can find some real snow though. Town, lots of salt, but not a whole lot of snow. There's little bits on the side, but not much. So we have magically arrived at BB's, which is a big kind of outlet place, because, you know, it's a bit hard to bring a girl out without, you know, doing some sort of a shopping, right?
This is a shout out to my coworkers that always come here and talk about how they have great deals, and my one coworker would bring me organic chocolate from here, and they have really great prices, so we'll have to check it out and show you. He said I could go shopping, but I tried to get a cart and he said no. We don't need that much space for chocolate that I want to get. Is that true?
If we need a grocery cart for chocolate, we're in trouble.
But you never know what else we're going to find.
So this is BB's, where you get a lot of bulk excess stuff that's been damaged in transit or that kind of thing. And then you have Miss Kelly, who has to literally touch everything.
A little mama wallet, a little shiny. Reminds me of somebody in the 50s.
Yeah.
It's $1.50.
Yeah. Let's go look for chocolate. So we've got this cooler section that you can go into for things that are frozen. Walk in, freezer. But they've got jackets for you to wear in case it's too cold for you. Are you going to put a jacket on, Kelly?
Nothing like wearing a nasty parka. I'll go check it out then.
Alright, let's go check it out. A big wall of cheese, including big blocks and rounds. That's a lot of cheese. So this is our haul. And before we tell you how much all this was combined, if you want to take a guess, write it down in the comments. You know, pause the video, write it down in the comments what you think before we reveal how much this was. Organic. I could not find the organic chocolate bars I was looking for. We did get some chocolate. Mm-hmm. And pistachios.
These are not organic.
And then quinoa and rice packet. So
I thought this would taste good with the meat inside the miso soup.
Yeah, probably nice, especially on a day like today. So Kelly, what is the grand total of all of this?
$8.77.
That's pretty good buy. Pretty good buy. And we were really trying to make sure that most of the stuff was not out of date or anything as well. There's only 2 things I think were out of date. One was the miso, which is like a month out of date, which shouldn't make any difference for that. And I think the chocolate might have been. But other than that, everything else is not even out of date. So
they have everything you can imagine, but some things are out of date, so you just have to check it. Huge frozen section, and then you saw me in the refrigerated section. So yeah. it's a big place.
Yeah.
You could spend hours there just searching through things. But if you're really looking for stuff or have a big family and you want a bunch of canned stuff and snacks and even fresh produce, it's good. But it's interesting.
Kelly says you could spend hours searching through that place. I could not spend hours searching through that place. No way.
He was already in the beginning trying to rush me, and I said, "Slow down." You know.
She wanted to touch everything, look through everything, dig through piles of stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's not how I shop.
That's the whole purpose of BBs. That's what you got to do there.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll drop you off next time. And as we came out, Miss Soph was back here, all curled up because it was cold. It's a cold day.
So
the actual temperature is only like 29 degrees, but there's a really, really cold wind, and it feels like 16 or something. So she was all curled up back there, keeping warm. Now she's licking her paws. But yeah, so we're going to get ourselves organized and maybe even have some lunch. This is rice in Milo broth a la Josh.
The 2 items we just bought, we just put that bag of rice with all the
Yeah.
quinoa.
How's it taste?
Tastes like it needs some salt. I don't know if the rice changed the flavor of the miso soup because it doesn't really taste. Yeah, it tastes good.
We are up in Amish country at the moment, and there's still nothing but a light dusting. Nothing too heavy. And the roads are salted. There's nothing on the roads. The roads are just salted. The ground has a light dusting. Certainly not the inches or half a foot they were originally predicting. So, but, well, we'll take what we can get. It's still a nice drive.
On this cold and blustery day, we just stopped because we were in Lancaster at that farm that sells ice cream. We've been here before in the summer and have done videos of it. And they have, animals. It's a great place for kids and picnic tables during the summer. And I'm trying to feed Sophie her pup cup right now. It's not working very well because I don't know if you can see her. Come up here. Come up. So yeah, she's getting her pup cup. We never try. Can't never leave her out. Here's just a little view of the picnic area in the summer that you can hang out, and they have options to feed the little goats. I don't really see many goats out today.
So we are back in Delaware. Did not find much snow. It was just a light dusting, no matter how far north we went. Nothing more than that. So it was a little bit disappointing. But we're back. We are settling in for the night. But I thought what I would do is show you and talk you through our solution to one of the issues we were having. A couple of videos ago, there was a few issues we were having with regards to cold weather. And since we've got a stretch of like 9 or 10 days where it's not above freezing, we thought this would be a good time to do our modifications and show you what we've done to solve the issue of not only a frozen grey water tank but our frozen pipes. So let me show that to you. So this is our first solution. That fan back there is pointing down in the gap behind the bed, between the bed and the door, and that is heating up the garage area. So right now, the top temperature is the garage, the bottom temperature is in here. So 66 in the garage and 68 in here, so not much of a difference. So it's doing a lot to heat it up. And there's a cute Miss Sophie who's just finished eating and cleaning herself, aren't you? You're a good girl, aren't you?
I heard you say there's a cute, and I went like this and started to like.
You saw the preen too, did you?
I thought you were like gonna pan the camera on me, but
the camera's on you now. All right, so that's keeping the garage warm, which is going to stop all of our freshwater pipes down below from freezing. The other thing we have is the gray water, and our solution is this. We have lined our sink with this. I went to Walmart and bought this container for like $6 or something, and we're lining our sink with that so that all the water goes in there. We're washing our dishes in there, washing our hands in there, all that. It goes in there, and then I can literally just pick this up and go and dump it outside whenever we want to, whenever it gets full, and that way we don't have to worry about it going down to the gray water and freezing the gray water pipes or anything like that. So that's our solution. We've been doing it for the last day or so. It's been working well. Yes, it's a little inconvenient having to manually do that, but the fact of the matter is it's, I think, our best solution, given the fact that everything else will cause it to freeze. So yeah, we're doing that. We like it. Well, we don't like it, but we like the fact that it solves that issue. And we're getting ready to settle in for the night. And tomorrow, it's supposed to be extremely windy, and then snow tomorrow night. So yeah, and they're talking about big snow, like 6 inches or something like that. So we'll look forward to that.
Good morning. So we made all that travel for looking for snow, but it looks like we have our own little snowstorm right here in our own little hometown. Josh and Sophie just went out for a walk. It's supposed to snow for the next 20 some hours. Looks like just an inch or so overnight. These guys were parked near this circle, and these guys were just like went around like 20 times, like hooning it up and sliding on purpose and having a good old time. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have to work today or not. Waiting to find out about that, and then we might be taking our car to the car dealership to get some work done because it's we're having a little thing happening. So should prove to be an interesting day. We'll see what happens. I said car, but I really meant the van is what we need to get into the shop today. So all right, we'll see how it goes. We're hoping there's cancellations due to the snow.
All right, I think Kelly's already told you we woke up to a winter wonderland today. But believe it or not, all the doctor's offices that Kelly works for are open. And so we... Boo!
Boo, boo, boo.
So we actually have to go and set her up to work, which is crazy to think about in this weather. They've left it open because I can't imagine they're going to get very many patients and stuff in. But anyway, that's the word. So we are on our way to go and set her up. Now, I don't mind. I like driving in this winter wonderland, but
he's been looking for this for a year.
Yeah, we've been chasing snow for so long. We finally got it, and it's right here in our own hometown,
little Delaware.
Yeah. So all that snow a couple of days ago that we went driving looking for didn't happen, but we've got it now. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of this as we drive. So we were in a really out of the way kind of place. It doesn't get plowed at all, or if it does, very rarely. So we're gonna be driving on, well, we're down the main road of on the main street of our town, and that'll give us a much better idea about roads in general and whether they're plowed or whether they're, what kind of condition they're in. So I'll let you see that. Just as an aside, I took Sophie for a walk in this morning, and she wanted to play a little bit in the snow, but it wasn't very long before her feet were cold, and she was like, I don't want to be part of this. Take me back where it's warm and toasty.
I love the quiet stillness that the snow brings.
Well, it's nice to hear that, just absolute silence. It's such a good sound insulator. Even cars on the road, like you just don't hear them. It's so nice. All right, speaking of plows, here comes the plow now. You're going to see it come into frame here in just a second. There he goes. Plowing these roads are probably a little bit of an icy, slushy mix at the moment. So they're taking the snow off of them. But the last couple of days we've had some really cold weather. We've told you about, us going to our new way of doing the water system for freezing temperatures with the bucket and the sink. Everything else should be fine because everything else is inside. It's only the gray water, so we can negate that, which we've done. It seems to be working quite well. But that's been because we've had really freezing temperatures, so the roads and everything have been freezing, so everything is sticking. Unlike what often happens is it's so warm right before snow that nothing sticks. But it's not so the case with this one. So yeah, this is exciting. All right, so this is the main street of town here, and I mean, it's pretty well plowed. I mean, it's a tiny bit slushy under the tires, but my guess is that because they probably salted this like there was no tomorrow, and so that snow is making it slush when it hits the salt. But yeah, this isn't bad. Like even where it wasn't plowed, it wasn't slipping or anything, and that's partly due to the fact that it's a very powdery snow. It's not really a wet snow as such, and because of that, it's a bit drier under the tires, and actually you get better traction on it. And also, we have really good tires, but we're heavy. We're heavy, so we put a lot of weight on our tires to get very good traction. It's very difficult for us to lose traction. So yeah, we're pretty safe in that sense, but I find this fun. Alright. Did you tell them about the possible servicing today?
Yes.
Alright, okay. Well, Kelly then told you. So I might have to go back out in this for a longer period of time today too, which is going to be fun. And I don't mean that in a sarcastic way. I like this stuff. This is fun. This is enjoyable for me.
But then tell them we're setting up at our son's house.
Yeah, so we're setting up at Kelly's son's place so that I can go and get the servicing done, because she won't be able to work in the van while they're servicing, and she can't not work during her working hours. So we're going to go and do that, have her all set up so that I can then do what I need to do with the van, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, all right, it's all fun today. All right, I am back out again on the road. I'm going to go and do a few things like take care of our gray water, and hopefully get a call back from the service department quite soon to see about taking the van in. Not sure what all Kelly explained to you about it. We just seem to be having an issue with the transmission. It seems to be shifting hard. And I spoke to the owner of the dealership, who's a friend of mine. He seems to think it's just a programming issue, and that they can hook it up to a computer, reprogram it, and it'll be done in no time. I hope so. I hope it's that simple. But that's what we're hoping to do, is get in there today to get that done. So I'm just waiting for them for a call back. I called this morning, told them I want an appointment on any cancellations they may have, which they expect, and I expect quite a few of them today, given the weather. So hopefully we can get in there and get it all done while Kelly's ensconced in Matthew's apartment working, which I still can't believe she's got to work today, but she does. But anyway, so that's what's happening. So we're going to go and get this gray water done. Okay, so I am off to get the van serviced. Don't have an appointment yet, but I know they're going to have cancellations with this weather, so I'm just going to go down there and tell them to fit me in. So hopefully that'll work. And then we can get it serviced and be done with it. But the roads, let me show you them, are pretty fantastic. I like it. Look at this. Snow everywhere. And the plows, well, first of all, the plows aren't keeping up, and they're not doing very much at the moment anyway, because it's just so continuous. But the main highways is where I expect that we're going to have the most plowing being done. You can see people are out fishtailing around on this road purposely having fun, because it's not really plowed. But I expect the main roads to be well plowed and salted and just a slushy mess. But until we hit them, these back roads, they're fun. All right, so this is the main 4-lane divided highway here, and yeah, it's not super clear. It's kind of slushy because they put a little salt down, but it's not super clear either. So the plows are at work, but they're just not staying ahead of it, which is fine. I mean, I like it, but it makes for some great driving as far as I'm concerned. But I think for most people, they're scared and panicky out here. But yeah. Anyway, even the main roads aren't that clear. Okay, so I've just gone to the dealership, and they can't really do it today. They have openings today, but they can't release a vehicle after doing servicing until they've test driven it. And they can't test drive anything today because of the weather. They're not allowed out to do that. So I said, well, that kind of, even if you fixed it, not being able to release it back to me kind of defeats the purpose. So we're gonna have to come back on a different day, and I made an appointment for Friday to do that. So it might be a different day that it actually gets done and gets fixed. So we'll have to live with it until then. But yeah, that's just the way it is, which is okay. We get it all done on Friday, which would be perfect. So in the meantime, we get to drive it as it is and enjoy this good snow today. All right, so this is my dad's house. I just shoveled these walks in his driveway, although you'd never know it because it's snowing again and it's coming right back on. But that's done, and I'm heading back down now, and we will hopefully have a fairly uneventful drive down. But these roads look great. Love them. But I think we're actually going to get less snow than they're predicting. I looked at the radar, and the radar does not look as if the snow is going to last another hour or so. And then there might be a slight second wave a little bit later, but it doesn't, again, it does not look that much. And we're nowhere near the 8 to 10 inches they were thinking about. I mean, we've got a couple of inches here, and that's about it at the moment. So I'm wondering if they've over predicted it, which would not be unusual, but I think we're not getting as much as they thought. So it's all right. We'll take the snow we did get. All right, so we're back. I have made myself a little sandwich here, a little wrap, and I'm having that. Took Kelly up some salad, so she wanted some salad, so I took her up some salad. And Miss Sove here, we just got back from a little walk, and she's of course begging me for food because she's always wanting to eat, aren't you, girl? But she's very preoccupied. There's a cat that lives here, which she's very preoccupied with. She's always trying to sniff it out, but I try and keep her well away if I can, because she will chase it and she'll get hurt. So regardless, I'm going to finish my lunch and then on to the afternoon. Okay, so Soph and I have been sitting here outside Matthew's apartments, and they're just starting to plow. They haven't plowed yet, but they're just starting to plow. The first guys come in, so we're going to have to move out the way so that we are not in this guy's way anymore, because I think we are smack dab in the way. Just to the left of us, he plowed in, so I'm going to move up here out of his way. So he can plow. It's just coming here now. He's going to be stacking it up there. I see a big pile already he's put there, so we got to get out of his way. Alright, so now we're going to come out this way so that he can continue with what he's doing. We might go for a little bit of a drive, or whatever we're going to do. We're going to stay out of his way. So I'm going to come over here into this parking lot first, and then from over here I'm going to let Kelly know what we're doing. Then we might just go for a drive, give him some time to do all that, because the roads, as you can see, are pretty clear. They salted so much and they plowed, and it hasn't snowed for a little while, that everything's pretty clear. There's no issues at all on the road. Even the back roads seem to be pretty clear at this point. So anyways, we'll go for an explore and see what we can do. I'll just let her know. So we just came down this road a couple of hours ago, and it was like you couldn't hardly see the road. It wasn't really plowed. they've obviously plowed it since. With all that salt they've been spraying, like there's just nothing on the road because there's no fresh snow coming down, so they were able to clear it and keep it clear with the salt. So at the moment there is clear roads even on these back roads. So I'm feeling that this is going to be the end of our snow. I don't know if we're going to get any more. I don't think it's going to get any more accumulation. And they were talking originally about 8 to 10 inches, and I'm thinking we've got like maybe 4 is my guess. I don't know if official snow totals may be higher than that, but me just looking at what's out there, yeah, I mean, a lot of these places you can pretty much see even grass sticking up through the snow, so that can't be very much. If there was 10 inches, like you wouldn't be able to see any grass at all, but the fact that we can just tells me to think that there's not quite as much as they were saying. But anyways, we'll find out. And in the meantime, Soph and I are going to go for a nice little drive here. We are back where we started this morning, and looking at things now, we really didn't get that much snow. If I'm looking out here, there's not that much snow there. So for instance, looking across here, all that grass there just prior to the parking lot, so all of this is just grass prior to the parking lot, and it's covered but just barely. So I mean, I'm thinking like 3-4 inches is the maximum. Realistically, I don't know what the official total is, but that seems to be the realistic total of it out there. It's not that much. So anyway, here we are. Well, we've had a long day. We have had some success in finding snow, or should I say, snow has found us. We did not actually have success in finding it. We saw that tiny little of a dusting when we went looking for it, and then it found us. Found a lot of other people as well in this storm, but it found us. We didn't get nearly as much as we hoped, and Kelly unfortunately had to work today, so she didn't get a chance to play in it at all. I was out in a lot. I was driving a lot in it. I was shoveling sidewalks in it, that kind of thing. So I got out into a lot, but Kelly didn't get very much, so she's a little disappointed in that. And it's snowing technically out there at the moment, but it's just flurries. It's not really sticking, so I don't think we're going to really get much more out of it. So,
Didn't get the 8 inches we had
no,
hoped for.
no, we simply did not. We did not get
I didn't
anything
get out of
close to
work.
it. It's not anywhere close to it. So maybe next time. But we have an appointment on Friday to get the transmission looked at on the van. Hopefully that's a really easy fix. They're talking about it. They think it's just going to be a matter of reprogramming the computer, and then it should be fine. I'm hoping it's that simple, but we'll have to see. But you're going to have to tune in next week to find out how that goes, because that's not till Friday. So till then, we'll see you out there. Thanks for watching.
See you out there.